Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Season of Arrivals intel. And in this video we are going to be going over a premium rewards glitch. You could also call this a free seasonal exotic weapon glitch. This will allow you to get all seasonal exotic weapons regardless if you own any particular DLC. Talked about this before, but we're going to go over it again because I do feel like this might be ending relatively soon, so you're going to want to take advantage of it right now. This will allow you to get things like the Xenophage, which is currently one of the best exotic heavy machine guns or best exotic heavies overall in the game. And I get a lot of messages asking if it's possible, because I have done a Xenophage glitch video in the past, to get this if you don't own that particular DLC, and it is possible. And I'm going to share all this information with you in just one second, but first I just want to remind everybody, still doing giveaways on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 30,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway or any other giveaway on this YouTube channel is like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, that bell it's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. And as always guys, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into this giveaway a second time for this video. And remember guys, those secret hashtags stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, go back and check out another video, and of course, do it again. So the footage that I'm going to be showing you guys here is sort of a recap of another video that I had done on how to get the Xenophage solo. But this particular glitch that we're going to be showing, which allows you to essentially get to the boss without having to go through the entire first room, this big red tower room, or the ogre room without actually having to fight any enemies, and then being able to retain all damage done to the boss so you don't have to worry about wiping every single time you go up against her, essentially allowing you to do it solo, because even if you do die, all damage done to the boss is retained between different phases. I get a lot of questions asking, can I do this if I don't actually own the DLC? That's the previous season's DLC, or I can't remember exactly which DLC it was, but it was specific to that season. So if you don't own that season, you're not going to be able to actually get to this last section, that is the Pit of Heresy section, to actually defeat the boss. You could do everything else up until this point, but to actually obtain the Xenophage, you actually have to be able to enter the Pit of Heresy. And if you can't enter the Pit of Heresy, well, you're going to get stuck at that point. There is a way to get into the Pit of Heresy regardless if you actually own that DLC. However, I do think that the Xeno is sort of blocked even if you're able to get in. You won't actually have any enemies because the only other way would be to get into from patrol, and I think you actually have to select the Pit of Heresy to actually be able to get the actual weapon. But no matter, there is another workaround. And the benefit of this one is that you actually get access to all the exotic seasonal rewards, regardless if you've owned any of them. So the Xenophage plus all the others, and there's too many to mention. But they're all out there. I'm sure you've seen other people have them, and well, you just want them. The new one would be the Witherhold, I think, is the new seasonal reward for this season, that is Season of Arrivals. Can't remember exactly which one was for Season of the Worthy, which was last season. Might have been Xenophage, but I might be wrong about that. I think it was something else, actually. I think Xenophage was from the launch of the Shadowkeep full DLC rather than a seasonal DLC. But this will give you access to all of them. And I've talked about this in a previous video, but I did want to reiterate it again because I do think that this one particular offer, the availability of this particular glitch or workaround, will be ending fairly soon, and you might have to do another version of this, in which case, if there is another version of this in the future, I will of course cover it here. But as this is still available currently, I wanted to just do another recap and share it with all you guys. So, the way this works is you're going to be using a cross-save sort of workaround. If you don't know, cross-save allows you to play on any platform that Destiny 2 is available. So you could play on Xbox Live, you could play on PS4, you could play on Google Stadia, or you could play on the PC. Google Stadia is the one we're going to utilize here because currently Google Stadia has a 2-month free trial. So essentially what that means is if you sign up for Google Stadia, which is $9.99 a month, I believe, you will get the first 2 months free. You do need a debit or credit card to actually register a Stadia account. However, if you register an account and then cancel that within the first 2 months, so by the end of the free trial, you won't get charged. So you'll essentially get a 2-month Stadia trial for free. Now here's the real benefit. Stadia currently offers everything in the Destiny 2 package, meaning you get every single season as soon as you access Destiny 2 through Stadia. So you heard me correct. Let me just reiterate one more time. If you register for a free 2-month Stadia trial, you will get every single season up until the current of Destiny 2 for free for 2 months, essentially allowing you to try out everything that is available in the game. I don't know why Stadia does this. I'm assuming it's just to draw people to their platform, and it's not a bad platform, so you might want to actually consider staying around on it for longer than the trial. But if you're somebody who only owns New Light or only plays Destiny for free, and you actually haven't gone so far as to buy any of the seasons or the DLCs, so Shadow Keep, which is our current full working DLC, or any of the seasons in the last year, or I believe any of the seasons previous to this year, as much as they are still in the game. This will allow you to get all those exotics that are not currently available to you. Now, of course, it will require you to actually do those said exotic quests. So, if you have New Light and you want the Xenophage, you're going to actually have to complete that exotic quest or any other exotic quest that you want done, or whatever weapon you need. But whereas they wouldn't be available to you with New Light, under the Stadia platform, you will be able to acquire all these exotics within that 2-month free period. And then because of cross-save, which is the big thing here, you will be able to transfer all of that from one platform to the other. So if you've done something on Google Stadia, and then the trial ends, but you've already acquired said exotic, it will still be attached to your account. So, you get the exotic on Google Stadia, you do the exotic quest, you register the free account, you own the exotic at that point. The free trial ends, you go back to New Light or whatever other platform you're playing on. Maybe you've just only bought so much on one specific platform and you just want the new stuff simply for having the new stuff, but you don't really care about the season. So maybe you've just played up until Shadowkeep, but you haven't bought Season of the Worthy or Season of Arrivals, and it's not really that interesting to you. But you still want the exotic. You still want the Witherhold. You still want the Xenophage. Still works for this. You go, you register your free Google Stadia account. Again, you will need a debit or credit card, but if you cancel within that first 2-month free trial period, you will not be charged the $9.99. And you get everything that's available currently in Destiny. Go complete all the exotic quests, and then you will own all those said exotics. And regardless if the trial ends, you will still have them because of cross-save. You will, of course, need to have cross-save enabled, but I do believe most people have that at this point. If you don't know how to enable cross-save, it just requires you going to bungie.net and enabling it. I can't remember exactly where or what tab you need to go to specifically enable cross-save, but it's a pretty straightforward process. I think it's under seasons or it's under accounts. They're kind of guide you on the website, and if you don't know or if you're having trouble, a simple Google search, how to enable cross-save, bungie.net or Destiny 2, I'm sure will give you plenty of information. In fact, I know it will. So that's really it, guys. The thing that I wanted to tell you about, or the reason I wanted to tell you about this now, is because I'm not sure how long this free 2-month trial of Google Stadia will last. Eventually, they're going to stop it, and you're going to have to pay the money to actually get any access to any of this stuff. I don't know when that's going to be ending. As I said, it has been going on for several months now. Another thing that I would also say that's a benefit of actually doing this currently is that if you're somebody who is having a really hard time going flawless in trials, Google Stadia really doesn't have the same sort of issues that PC does when it comes to hackers and aimbotters. This primarily has to do with it running off of Google's specific back-end servers. So they have their own sort of infrastructure built that kind of prevents hacking, well, at a greater rate than it would on normal PC or on Steam, where most PC players are playing from. So that's another option. If you're having trouble going flawless in trials, head on over to Google Stadia. That's where me and a bunch of my buddies at the Iron Lords podcast, big shout out to Lord Cognito, Lord Kaibatsu, Gaming Forte, my buddy Sinister, Lord Sinister. All these guys have helped me go flawless, but we did it on Google Stadia, simply because the player base was a little bit smaller, so the odds of getting some really, really sweaty matches was a little bit lower. And because there was quite fewer aimbotters and hackers. In fact, I don't think we really came across any in the time that we were playing. So that's another thing that you can do, and I do want to give another big shout out to Luce and Aries Carries. They were the guys who dragged me to the Lighthouse on Google Stadia, and all the guys at the Iron Lords podcast have done a lot to help me meet up with other players who are capable of dragging anybody to the Lighthouse. But again, we did it on Google Stadia, so it runs parallel benefits, not just PvE, but there's some PvP benefits as well. So take advantage of this now. Get a Xenophage. If you've done this and you've already registered your Stadia account, you can then watch my video on how to get the Xenophage, the easy glitch, which you can kind of see me doing in this video, although that's a full walkthrough of how to get the Xenophage from the beginning to the end, so everything that's required before you actually enter the Pit of Heresy. And thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully this information is helpful for you guys. Get out there, get some free premium rewards. You'll have them once you get them, regardless if you're just new light or whatever. So this really will, I think, benefit new light players the most, but maybe just anybody who's decided not to invest in other seasons but owns some sparse part of the Destiny universe. So maybe you own, again, Shadow Keep, but you didn't buy any of the seasons past that, or any of the seasons encompassed in the Shadow Keep DLC. And for today's secret hashtag, leave a hashtag Xenophage, or a hashtag free exotic, or a hashtag premium rewards, or a hashtag Stadia, or any other thing that we have talked about related to this specific video today. Good luck. I know it won't be too difficult to process with the registration, but of course you will have to do all the exotic quests. The quests, you can use several different cheese methods or glitch methods in regards to each specific exotic quest, but you will actually have to go out there and do parts of these exotic quests, if not the whole exotic quest. However, they will be available to you, which is really the first step. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you in the next video. Later!